Hey guys, this is Rick coming at you with Weed to No Basis, the podcast for all things cannabis business related. Are you an entrepreneur? Have something you wanted to create, something you wanted to bring to life in the cannabis industry? Maybe you've always wanted to partake in one of the biggest industries in modern day history. This is the podcast to listen to. Hey y'all, welcome. This is Rick and we're here, you're in HempQ. And you're listening or watching Weed to No Basis. And the reason why you're watching or listening, guys, is because you're on a Weed to No Basis. You're looking for advice, for help, for nuggets of wisdom, for a handsomely, ruggedly good-looking guy. Just kidding, but not really. To help you really navigate these sometimes turbulent waters around CBD startups or cannabis startups and how to do things in an ethical and responsible way. And that's why this show exists, guys. Whether you've listened to us one time, 10 times, several dozen times, that's why we exist. We're here to fill a gap in the industry, a gap that says, who is talking about how to start up an ethical and responsible CBD or cannabis business without breaking the bank, first of all, and second of all, from a place of experience, from a place of caring, from a place of love, not from a place of, I just happen to read this book on how to start up a company and listen to what I say. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirts and the pizza. I'm hungry right now. That's why I said pizza. It just dawned on me when I said pizza. I'm like, yeah, and Chris is back there going, no, I'm hungry. But no, guys, seriously. You know, one of the things we strive to do is be as open, transparent, honest, and you're here at HempQ, and I have, as I go into today's episode, you may have seen the title on iTunes or on the thumbnail, but I have this belief that I never like to feed the trolls. And here's what I mean by don't feed the trolls, is I'm gonna kind of tease this out, and somebody may get their shorts in a wad or panties in a wad over this episode, and that's okay, because if you're not pissing somebody off, then you're not doing shit. If you're not if people don't know who you are, whether it's through saying a positive message or really torquing them, guys, then you're not pushing hard enough. And here's what I mean by don't feed the trolls, is no matter what you do or say, or whether you're in this industry or not, there's always people out there who are detractors. You know what I'm saying? There's always people who will find a fault, whether it's the color of shoes, whether it's the day, whether it's the shitty business you're in, or the thing you said, whatever, there's always. And we have an opportunity as humans. We can either focus on that one comment and let that steal all of our life and energy, or we can not focus or feed that troll and focus on everybody else whose needle we can move forward. See what I'm saying? We always have that choice. Call it the Pareto principle, 80-20. 20% of those trolls will steal all of your energy if you allow it. And so I have a mantra, and you should adopt it too, is never feed the trolls. Whether it's a post on Facebook, something on Instagram, something in real life, a phone call, whatever it is. There's too much goodness out there. There's too much positivity out there to let that suck the life out of you. But sometimes we got to break the rules. And this is one of those motherfucking times. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you need to hear about this troll. And I'm not going to mention names, guys. I'm going to put it in terms of, we did something controversial. We did. And I say us here at Green Seed and Weed to Know, our companies. But at least in our minds it wasn't controversial. In our minds it was long overdue. You see, we had a conference, our second annual Green Seed Texas Expo in Texas, and this isn't about that. We're going to have another episode about that, or you may be able to go to that. But over 1,000 attendees, guys, dozens upon dozens of vendors, speakers from all over the country, and we had a panel. The panel was called Women in Weed. And these are women who are doing things not only in the industry, but in life in a very big way. And we wanted to celebrate that. We did celebrate that. But we weren't the first. No, right here, see, I have this, if you guys look right here, you see that? This magazine, Centennial Spotlight, this was at Barnes & Noble, at grocery stores, at Targets, at Walmarts. This was, there's no date on here, but I've had this for about 6 months, and I kept it because, one, it's just a beautiful cover. But two, it really highlights something, a few things. It highlights women, it highlights the industry, it highlights weed. It shows in magazine and print format available across the country. And this was sometime in 2018, I believe, or maybe a few months ago in 2019. But the point is this: we did a panel called Women in Weed. And we weren't the first to, we didn't coin the term women and weed or women in weed. But what we did, we were one of the first to do is at a major conferences have a panel of women. And one is a physician, an MD. One has been funded, she had a seed round, seed funding in her startup. One is a multi-million-dollar branding company owner in Texas. The point is, folks, and I could go on about the power behind these women, the power behind them, but the power that they created. But let's get back to feeding the trolls. It was a great panel. It was fantastic. The topics, the questions, the things that were shared to the audience at this expo, it blew people away. It was pretty incredible, guys, honestly. But I'm looking at my screen now down here. And again, guys, I'm just sharing because we are all entitled to our opinions, all of us, like it or not. Public forum. This came up on one of our posts. I don't understand the need to separate women from men in our industry. It's about a paragraph long post. I give women 0 extra points for doing what they are getting paid for any more than I do men. I find women difficult. This is written by a female, by the way, on this post. A woman wrote this. I find women difficult and way too emotional to deal with half the fuckery going on out there. How about just celebrating what needs to be celebrating? Hard work and sustainability. Fuck that. That's what I got to say to that. Even as I read this now, guys, fuck that. I left the comment there for a few reasons. One, because it fired me up. Two, because somebody didn't have the guts to message me personally, and that's fine, but they had the courage to post it, and that's even better. Here's the thing, guys, from a business perspective, if you're not pissing somebody off, you're probably not pushing hard enough. But this, not this magazine, our panel was hardly the place I thought we would upset females. Now, maybe you're a female and maybe you're starting to get your feathers ruffled. I don't know. I don't know, guys, but I'm going to give you now our side. You see, because I can respect this opinion, and we left it up there. We didn't take it down. No, the trolls need to be noticed. But you also need to know the reasons why we did this. And here's why. Because this is our media channel. Maybe you like CNN, maybe you like Fox News. You tune into one or the other. The choice is yours. I'm not blaming this person for what she posted at all. Not at all. Let me turn my phone off. I'm just saying that she chose to broadcast her message on our fucking channel. So here's our reply. Fuck that. If this person knew half of what these women have done, have built, have created, maybe they wouldn't have said, I give women 0 extra points. Maybe, I don't know. See, the thing is this, we didn't separate women from men. The word separate was, that wasn't the intent. 2, it wasn't what happened. And 3, the word is celebrate. You see, if we could just extract one word and just put this comment as, let's celebrate women in weed, it would have been a whole different scenario, a whole different comment. I'm a little calmer now. Rereading this, guys, really, I could feel the hair on the back of my neck stand up. My wife is a woman in weed. My wife, Lisa. Some of you have seen her in prior episodes. Because of our venture, our forays into this industry, she is technically, she's not in this magazine, but she now falls under this umbrella. She's a woman in weed, CBD, but still, we do some stuff, with marijuana clients. And I think that's why comments like that really torque me, because I'm obviously not a female. I'm just curious. I shared that with my wife, and my wife was as upset. My wife doesn't strive to be better than men. She doesn't strive to get recognition. My wife strives to be the best woman she can possibly be. And if she was here, she would tell you that, guys. And I say that out of love, admiration, and respect for my wife, who's also a mom. We've been together and married, we've been married over almost 20 years. When she got upset about that, I knew that my, let's call it frustration, a little bit of anger, was not misplaced. Let's not separate women from men in the industry. It's not the intent. I believe that if this person had done just a little due diligence, they would have seen, maybe if they had reached out to some of these women who would easily respond, they would have seen this wasn't an attempt at equalization. This wasn't an attempt at advocating women should be in a better place than men. This was a celebration of the fact that this industry is doing more for both sexes on a multitude of playing fields than any industry has ever done in history. So let me tell you this, let me ask you guys this. If I do an episode called Mexicans and Weed, are some of you gonna jump down my throat? I'm a fucking Mexican. If we do an episode on Asians and weed, is this gonna be segregation? How can we just extrapolate that from this celebration, from this show, from what happened? How can we do that? And that's what I wanna really ask this person who probably doesn't even tune in, who probably has a miserable life, that all she can do, it's a she, is make a post chastising what she has no idea just happened in the great state of Texas to these awesome human beings who just happen to be female. You see, guys, the segregation, the minimization, the 0 extra points, the fuckery, using the quotes here, that she says here come out of absolute ignorance. And it's ignorant comments like that that keep the segregation barriers up. The first comment on that page was from the physician, Dr. Askew, who was there. Her nickname is the MJMD. I wanted to celebrate her. Our goal at Green Seed and We To Know is to celebrate Dr. Wendy Askew. And the fact that she's taken a staunch stance as a medical doctor to support this industry and to raise the flag, not only for the industry in cannabis and CBD, but for women as well. I salute her. This was about MJ Stapley in Southern Cal and the things she's done. You all reach out to her, find her story, MJ Stapley, the things she's done, the hurdles she's crossed. It just so happens she's a woman. It doesn't matter to me. Shada Tarabi from Texas, Austin, breaking barriers, smashing the glass ceiling. This wasn't about let's showcase Shada the woman. This was about showcasing people who are doing extraordinary things, and she just happens to be a woman. This is about Deb Gabor, owns a multi-million-dollar branding company. It wasn't given to her. She didn't earn it in the lottery. She built that motherfucker. This was about celebrating people who are smashing through the glass ceiling. This was about Tracy Lee Young, who owns a company called Tetra Health Centers in Florida. She launched this series of medical marijuana prescription services, and it's all over the state of Florida, built that from sweat, from blood, and she just happens to be a woman. You see, guys, let's flip it around. What if I had done men and we? Let's celebrate the guys. Can you imagine? Here's the truth, guys. Stick to your fucking message. Stick to your beliefs. Stick to what you want to promote and talk about, and do not deviate. And remember this, do not feed the trolls. Today was one of those rare instances, one of those rare episodes where I'm going to feed the trolls. If this person decides, hey, Rick, I heard your episode, fuck you back. That's cool. Totally cool. But we own this channel. And I'll be damned if somebody is going to insert their message into our media. Take your message, young lady, and talk to the people who want to hear it, because it ain't here. Guys, I will always be celebrating women in weed. I will be celebrating Hispanics in weed. I will be celebrating African Americans in weed. I will be celebrating rich white men in weed. I will be celebrating the celebration of doing something extraordinary in this industry for people who deserve it. And the ones who think we're doing it to segregate, they can go fuck themselves. Strong message today, guys. Here's the thing. Do not ever confuse silence for weakness. I'm a silent guy. I am. I'm generally introverted, mostly. Of course, you hear me here and we talk, but this is the most talking I'll do. Generally, unless I'm on stage or talking, guys, I'm an introvert. And people have mistaken that silence for weakness. It's just not the truth. You fuck with the tribe. That's what happens. You fuck with your people. That's what happens. This person made a comment that will stay there. My wife took it the wrong way. So did I. So did a lot of other people. You screwed with the tribe. And this is the time where we feed the trolls. Remember this lesson, guys. Good, bad, or indifferent. This is how we grow. This is how we learn. This is how we take a stance. When you mess with people in our camp, it's kind of like the Marine Corps. Mess with one Marine, you mess with them all. Same concept here, guys. It's just too bad that this person online supposedly is also in this industry. And I think that's really the essence of this problem. Instead of loving and supporting and celebrating each other, we find a reason to tear each other down. Sorry this person posted it, not for us, but for them, because they just called themselves out. Either way, guys, thank you for listening. The message today was never feed the trolls unless the troll messes with your tribe. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Leave us a comment, leave us a post, leave us a question. Agree with us or don't agree with us. That's okay, guys. That's okay. This is America. This is the US of A. You have every right to share your message. Just don't fuck with the tribe. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the day. And if you're listening, if you're watching, if you're tuning in, it's because you too are on a weed to know basis. Have an awesome rest of the day. Peace.